Have you ever been in a time in your life where it just seemed like nothing was going your way? This is how I felt freshman year. More than anything, I love shooting archery, but that year, shooting archery didn't always love me. So I was coming up from middle school, gonna be on the high school team, and I was super stoked. There were a lot of really good kids above me, and I was doing well myself. I had shot better that year than I ever had in my life, and I had won my fair share of tournaments, and I made it to the state championship. And there, everyone was really excited because the team made it to nationals. But I myself was a little disappointed in how I had shot. I was facing a lot of mental blocks that were really hurting my shooting, and they had gotten the best of me that day. Now, going from state into nationals, I was going to meet a way bigger obstacle than this that I was not prepared for. In Louisville, Kentucky, in a hotel room on the night before I shot, my girlfriend called me and broke up with me. It was awesome. Not really. But she called, and that night I did not get a lot of sleep. And my shooting the next day definitely reflected it. I was down, mental blocks or not, it was not a good day for me. However, my team did pick up my slack, and for the first time in my school's history, we made it to the World Championships. So, after we got done with nationals, I went home, I took 2 weeks off, and I picked up my bow again, and out of nowhere, I shot the best that I ever had in my life. It was definitely a gift from God. He had given me the ability to shoot better than I ever figured that I would be able to, and I was doing it consistently. So, a couple weeks later, we packed up and went to Nashville, Tennessee, headed to the World Championships, and I decided in my mind that I was going to have no expectations for myself. I was just going to show up and shoot and have a good time. And I ended up exceeding any expectations that I could have set for myself. I shot my personal record for an in-tournament score, and this ended up placing me at 4th on the world stage. So, after everything, my tournament season ended pretty well. So, I learned a lot from this. For one, you always have to keep your focus ahead. I struggled because I kept looking behind me. I kept looking behind at what had happened the night before nationals, at what had happened at the previous tournament, at what had happened at state, at whatever. And it kept me in my head. And that is just something that you can't do. You have to just sometimes take the pressure off of yourself, which is the second thing that I learned. Sometimes you have to step back and you have to take pressure off of yourself to allow yourself to succeed. I ruined everything by getting in my own head, but whenever I took a step back and I just shot and just let myself shoot how I shot, I ended up with the best score that I've ever had in my life. And the final thing is sometimes setbacks lead to set-ups. My breakup at nationals at the time seemed like a setback, but what I didn't realize is that more time that I had to practice and the clarity of mind that would give me would lead me to success. So sometimes you just have to take a step back and know that everything is going to be all right. So whenever everything in life seems like it's not going your way like it did for me that freshman year, sometimes you don't have to ask yourself what's going wrong. It's what steps can I take to make this go right. Here is my note card. Thank you.